Now, in this video, we're going to talk about why he keeps coming back, but he won't commit. Now, I will say this. There are so many different reasons as to why a man won't commit, but he keeps coming back. But I'll say this first and foremost, and above anything else, is that because he can. The reason why a man keeps coming back is because he can. You keep allowing it, so he keeps coming back. But there are also other reasons why he keeps coming back as well. One of those reasons could be that he sees you as somebody who is a great person, somebody that has phenomenal qualities, but he just wish you were somebody else. And so sometimes a guy might leave hoping to find somebody who's exactly what he's looking for, or somebody who's a little bit closer. But when he does not find that, he comes back to what's familiar, which is you. But you're still not what he's looking for, but you just suffice for that time. So he keeps leaving and coming back, leaving and coming back. And every time he leaves, he's hoping that he can get closer to finding somebody who's better than you to fully replace you. Because just as it's probably hurting you, it's also hurting him as well to keep coming back and then leaving. So he's trying to find some kind of way. How can I permanently upgrade? How can I find exactly what I'm looking for without coming back to somebody who has some of these great qualities, but they just don't have the full package? And I'll say this, a reason why people do that, because it's not just men, but people do that period, is because they don't see people for who they are. They see people for who they want them to be. And a man, he might see you for who he wants you to be, or he might see you for exactly what you are, but he just plays around with you until he finds exactly what he's looking for. But the reason why he keeps coming back is because you allow it. But the other reason why men keep coming back, even though they won't commit, is because we all, no matter who you are, we all have these 6 needs. And 2 of those needs is exactly why he keeps coming back. 1 is the need for certainty, and 2 is the need for uncertainty. So let me explain that. We all have a desire to know what's going to happen. We all have a desire to be able to predict things. We all have a desire to feel comfortable and safe and certain. And so sometimes a man finds certainty within you because he knows you're predictable. He knows that no matter what he does, you're going to be there to open your arms up and welcome him right back. He knows your patterns. He knows your habits. He knows what makes you upset. He knows what makes you happy. He knows so many different things about you that he can actually use to manipulate you. But on the other hand, there's a level of uncertainty that he also desires. So a man might leave and he might do something that's so bad the time that he left that he is a little bit uncertain whether you'll welcome him back ever again. But he might leave and in his mind thinking that I'm done, I'm leaving for good. But there's a part of him that once he leaves, there's a part of the familiar law of familiarity, if you will, that he wants you back. And so a part of him, when he leaves and he tries to come back, there's a level of uncertainty that he needs to have to meet that need. And a part of that is to know whether you're really going to take him back this time. Because in his mind, he's like, look, all of the stuff I did to you, I would never take me back if I did that to me. But he does things to see if you're going to take him back. So a lot of times he's just meeting his 2 different needs, the one of certainty and the one of uncertainty. And again, he might do something just to see how far he can go and then leave, or either you leave him. But either way, that's his way of creating uncertainty to see if he can get you back. And if he can get you back, he might be great for a very temporary time, but then he kind of goes back and it's this yo-yo. He leaves, he comes back, he leaves, come back. Because you think about it, uncertainty and certainty, they're the exact same way. People want uncertainty, but they also want certainty at the same time. And that's exactly why a man will leave and he'll come back. And it causes not only confusion in himself, but it can causes confusion in that person that's certain on what they want because they want a full commitment. And I'll say this. Sometimes you have somebody who's a really great guy, but it's just the wrong time. And if you have a really great guy at the wrong time, it's still the wrong guy. And I know that from personal experience. My wife today is somebody that I've known since I was in 4th grade, but we dated when I was in high school. When I was in high school, I think I was a pretty good guy for the most part, but it just wasn't the right time. So it never worked out for us during that time. But it wasn't until I became the right person for not just myself, but for my wife years and years later at the right time that it worked out phenomenal. But again, you can have a great guy, and sometimes that guy, he might be great for you later on when he matures, grows, and heals. But also at the same time, you might have a great guy that's great for somebody else. He's not great for you. But the best thing that you can do in this situation is to cut it off completely. Because sometimes it hurts to know that you let something go that could have been, but at the same time, when you are holding on to something that you know is painful, there's no uncertainty there that is painful, it's best to let that go and not keep putting yourself through the what if scenario. Because what happens is this: when you keep allowing a guy to come in and out of your life, you do not realize that you're just prolonging for the right guy to come and take his rightful place in your life that you will truly be happy with and you'll find fulfillment with, and that you can have a long lasting life with. But you keep delaying that because of this guy over here. But on the other side, he's also keeping himself from who he's supposed to be with, or he's also keeping himself from being what he's supposed to be. Because a lot of times guys use women as distractions. They use women as things to avoid their pain and different things in their lives. And so when you cut things off, even though it might be painful for you, you're probably allowing the healing process for him to finally take place, but also the healing process for you to finally take place. But again, the reason why men leave and come back and they won't commit is because you allow it. But again, they're also trying to find certainty and uncertainty, and they're also trying to make you to be something that you're not, but they're hoping that you might turn into, even though that might not be who you are. I would love to hear your experiences, your thoughts in the comments below, and if you've ever experienced this before, or other reasons why you think guys might leave and come back, but they won't commit. And if this is your first time here, consider subscribing so you can be notified of all of the upcoming videos that we have. But thank you for watching this video, but I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments below.